Squid Game was a worldwide phenomenon when it was released last year in 2021. Now that the hype has died down around the series and that another season of the show is in the works, we have time to discuss how this series broke records. So, stay tuned to today's video as we're going to discuss how the makers of the Squid Game cracked its cinematic code. First up, we have how the makers for Squid Game cracked its cinematic code. Squid Game is clearly Netflix's most popular series to date, and it's going to be hard for another show to top the records like it did. Netflix had many popular original shows before Squid Game released, but nothing will ever come close to how Squid Game took over the planet and introduced people to international shows with subtitles. Many watched the show in English dub, but the vast majority stuck to the original language and read the subtitles. We know that the show is super good, but it was actually a struggle to get the show going and to make sure it had the budget for the director's dream. Through an interpreter, Hwang says, "I was totally financially deprived around 2008 when he conceived the story and wanted to depict the society he was living in. Why do the haves continue to accumulate wealth? And why do the have-nots continue to lose what little they have? I wanted to make some allegory of how this widening gap is unfolding. Hwang wanted to create a certain type of world and get everything right this time around, so he delved into comic books about survival games and even some other things like wealth. I wanted this to feel like a story that really could happen somehow, so I wanted to make sure the boundaries between real and fake are well felt in the production design. When I was studying in the States, I went to Las Vegas once. I went to the Paris Casino and the Venetian Hotel, and I was startled. People were playing games in the completely fake Paris and completely fake Venice." Hwang says he added Rene Magritte's Empire of Light to the room where the frontman, who oversees the deadly games, watches. In the painting, Hwang says night and day would be coexisting. "I wanted the players as well as the viewers to feel that surreal feeling I had when I first went into those casinos." One of the most impactful and important moments in the entire first season of Squid Game is the first game, Red Light, Green Light. This moment had to be perfect and took hundreds of tries to get right. Hwang wanted this moment to be impactful for the audience and the characters. They wanted it to look unfamiliar but not too out of nowhere. They wanted it to be a middle ground between real and the unreal. All of the scenes in this moment were shot on location to make sure the realism aspect was there and that they didn't want to use effects to create these shots. Hwang stated that barely any VFX were used in the series and that people didn't notice, thankfully. They created basically everything with real effects and nothing was digitized. The tracksuits in Squid Game are some of the most iconic parts of it, and they weren't originally intended to be used. It was only when the costume designer wanted to use them because of how commonly they were sold that the director went with the idea. This clearly was a great choice as it's one of the defining factors of Squid Game for the international audience. The colored jumpsuits make the characters stand out from normal TV series, and it was also great for marketing as they could show off this cool design. There was so much more to know and read about Squid Game. The director Hwang completed a very large interview with the Los Angeles Times on the entire process of creating the series and why things went the way they did. You should definitely check that out if you need more context for the series or are interested in the creation of this insane Netflix original. Let us know down in the comment section below how you feel about Squid Game and if you enjoyed learning more about it. Also, tell us if you are excited about the next season of the show. And now we have some Squid Game Season 2 news. First up, does Season 2 deserve to exist? One of the first things to think about and cover when talking about a second season for a TV show is, does it deserve another season? Squid Game came out of nowhere when Netflix bought the rights to the show and released it globally in September last year. The show instantly gained success and became one of the most popular shows Netflix has ever released, and the most popular show released this year by any platform. It has really taken the world by storm and introduced a whole new group of people to Korean TV shows and subtitled projects. I think it is very clear that this show deserves another season if the writer and director really want it to happen, and he has been clear in many interviews that he would love to create another season. The creator of Squid Game is loving the current buzz around his show and is more than happy to take what fans want and create a new season of the show. It's safe to say that this show more than deserves another season, but it's just up to Netflix if they want to create another one. They will most likely create a new season of the show because it did so well. They would be losing so much money if they didn't renew it. Season 2 will also probably have a bigger budget because Netflix will put way more money into the project. At the end of the day, Squid Game Season 2 deserves to happen, but it's just going to be a while before anything is spoken about it. One thing we need to think about is, has the show been renewed yet? Now that we know that Squid Game deserves another season because of its insane release and its popularity right now. But the main reason after that is, has the project been renewed as of yet? Sadly, we haven't heard anything concrete about a second season of the show happening just yet. Whilst the creator of the show has been going on and on about a second season, nothing has been confirmed by a reliable source. The creator is constantly talking about what he wants to do with another season and how it is going to be another success if it happens. The project hasn't been greenlit by Netflix or any other company just yet. Obviously, this season is very likely to happen, but we have nothing to prove it is happening right now. It sometimes takes Netflix a few months to announce a second season to a show like Squid Game because there were so many things to think about before doing so. One, they have to let the hype carry on and see if people still want another season in a few months. Sometimes hype for shows die down and they forget about it. Netflix doesn't really want that. They want the show to be constantly in the minds of viewers. Another reason is that they may be sorting out a deal with the Korean production companies who created Squid Game in the first place. They only own the rights to Squid Game, so for season 2, they may want some more control over this new season. They will be figuring everything out behind the scenes before actually announcing the project. Now we have, when will season 2 be released? So, season 2 is most likely happening, as Netflix would be stupid to miss out on that money, and even the creator is ready to go on another season of his beloved show. But when will this season be released? Obviously, nothing has been confirmed just yet, as Netflix hasn't spoken on the existence of season 2 of Squid Game. It is most likely happening, so the release date is something we can talk about. Season 1 was only released in September of this year, so it has only been out for over a month right now. It's going to be a while before pre-production begins on this project. The way the world of TV and film is working right now, it's going to take longer for a new project to release because of the new post-quarantine landscape. In a perfect world, the show would be being written right now, and even then, the show would probably release either late 2022 or early 2023. It's best to think that Squid Game Season 2 will probably release in 2023, or maybe even 2024. It all depends on how quick they can get this project written and completed. They will want to make this new season even better than Season 1, so they don't want to rush things. Squid Game Season 2 has a lot to live up to, so it needs to take its time. Don't expect this show to release anytime soon, so watch the spaces where you can find out more information on new shows. And that's the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed this latest video. If you did, would you please let us know down in the comment section below? It would be very helpful. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, and of course subscribe to the channel with the notification bell rung. Thank you for watching today's video. Bye!